Have you ever wanted to create your own handicapping dream team? You can build your own superstar handicapping lineup using our Pick Your Team program at both WagerTalk and SportsMemo.com. Even more exciting, until Monday, September 12th at midnight, you can save 10% off Pick Your Team using coupon code PYT10 when checking out. Dave Koken, Marco D'Angelo, and Ralph Michaels, JM Sports, Joseph D'Amico, and the Rocket Man. The combinations are endless as you can choose up to 5 handicappers. You start saving once you choose any 2 handicappers of your choice, and you can pay as little as under $6 per handicapper. Who will make up your dream lineup? Go to Wager Talk or Sports Memo, click Pick Your Team, and personally hand select your handicapping roster. Don't forget that coupon code PYT will expire on September 12th, so get your 10% discount and put together your personalized dream team today.
Welcome into First Pitch Friday's show. I am Drew Martin, joined by Dave Koken and Brian Power of WagerTalk.com. We're breaking down 3 games on the slate. We got best bets at the end. We're talking Dodgers, Padres, Rays, Yankees, and Braves in an interleague matchup against the Mariners late night. We got best bets at the end. And getting into it, guys, we're actually starting off in the West Coast. On the West Coast, that is. Dodgers at Padres here. Dave, coming to you first. We got 8.5 as the total. Dustin May on the hill for the Dodgers up against Mike Clevinger for the Padres. Minus 155 price tag here on LA as the road favorite. Are you liking anything in Petco tonight, Dave?
Not at the price. I think the Dodgers are going to win the game, but I'm not prepared to lay that much, even against the Padres, who they own. Dustin May, some good, some bad. Clevinger's just not getting it done for the Padres. He'll have stretches where he looks good, and then he just loses his command and starts to get middle with his stuff, or missing by a wide margin. He's just not back to where he was prior to the injury issues. So, short and sweet. I think they priced this one about right. And if the price is right, then betting it is wrong. I'll lean Dodgers, but not for any money.
Like that, Dave. Brian, what about you? Is the price right? And what are you thinking tonight in Petco?
Look, head-to-head, we all know the Dodgers pretty clearly have the Padres number. You're talking about 22-10 against them since the start of last season, 10-3 here in 2022. Teams just met last weekend up in L.A. Padres did take the series opener there, but then they got rocked the next 2 games, outscored 21-5 in those that pair of losses. I am also not particularly interested in playing this one. There's, weather forecast, a little questionable too, kind of pushes me that way. I will note, though, tonight's scheduled starters, both of them struggled in the previous series when these teams met. May, he gave up 6 runs. That was the one game LA lost. And then Clevinger, Dave talked about his struggles. He gave up 5 runs in just 3 1/3 when he started against the Dodgers in that last series. Now has an 11.25 ERA in 2 starts against the Dodgers this year, as he also gave up 5 runs the first time he saw him. If you really want to play this game, I think you should probably take a look at the Dodgers over their team total of 4.5. After all, this is the highest scoring team in all of MLB, 5.4 runs per game.
All right, guys, let's head to Yankee Stadium for the next matchup. We get the Rays at the Yankees, 7:05 Eastern start here. Actually, Derek Jeter throwing out the first pitch, and this is a key series here in the AL East, Brian. We get Rasmussen versus Montez, total of 7. About a pick-em price here, just minus 105 on each side. Of course, pick the winner. This is a key series for both teams. The Rays beginning a challenging 8-game road trip here in New York, Toronto as well, and then the Red Sox. So if they're looking to reel in the Yankees, they're going to need to start that maybe even as soon as tonight. You think they can tonight at a pick 'em price, Brian?
Well, look, I think we talked about this matchup last week when I was on the program, and now that lead in the division for the Yankees is down to 4.5 games. It was 11.5 when the Rays visited Yankee Stadium last month. Tampa's been on fire, 23-10 their last 33 games. That includes 8-1 the last 9. Last weekend, as I mentioned, teams played. It was down in Tropicana Field. And each of the previous 2 series, that one and the last time Tampa Bay came calling here, the Rays captured the first 2 games before losing the finale. Yankees banged up, 15 players on the injured list, pardon me. Stanton's status is up in the air last I checked for tonight. And then you've got Rasmussen. He's been on fire for Tampa Bay. Not just a .824 whip his last 3 starts, but he's allowed 3 runs or less in all 11 starts going back to July. The only thing kind of cause for concern is that his numbers on the road, 3.59 ERA, 1.348 whip, it's way up compared to what he does at home. Montas, he's got a .96 whip his last 3 starts, had a bit of a rough patch when he first came over from Oakland. Probably you want to take a look at the under here. The Yankees, they're just hitting 198 the last 7 games. 4 of the last 6 meetings between these teams have seen 4 less total runs scored. And the Yankees were shut out in one of the other 2. I'm going to have a best bet on this matchup later in the show, but if you're just kind of looking for a standard bet, it'll be on a player prop. But if you're looking just for a standard wager, you may want to take a look at the under.
Okay. Under of 7 flat here. Dave, coming to you. You liking anything AL East matchup tonight?
I like the idea of this being a low-scoring game, but so do the odds makers. So, again, we're presented with something where you're just not getting bang for your buck on the value. Rasmussen has been pitching really good ball. He's facing a lineup that just isn't very good. To be quite angry, Aaron Judge is spectacular. The rest of the lineup, not so hot. And the injury issues continue to be a problem. Montas seems to have settled in after some rough early going with the Yankees. He's pitching better. So I think the pitchers have a chance to do their thing tonight. But again, do I want to go under 3.5? There's just no room for error. And every time I do so lately, I get beat. So I'm going to stay out of it. I'll give you a lean to the under. I'll save the one game. I have one bet tonight. I'll talk about that in the best bets.
Okay. Guys, let's head out west here. 9:40 Eastern, 6:40 Pacific for our third game we're breaking down. That is the Atlanta Braves and the Seattle Mariners. Dave, we can start off with you. Charlie Morton versus Robbie Ray. -115 here for the Braves. The red-hot Braves, Dave, they've outscored their opponents 40-17 in a 7-game win streak as they head to the Pacific Northwest. Are you liking anything here in game number 1? Braves and M's.
Haven't got the slightest idea. I'm not going against the Braves, period. I don't like the idea of going against Robbie Ray. The Mariners bullpen has been overworked lately. I guess if you want to look at that and say, well, there's an edge to Atlanta, I guess I wouldn't disagree, but it's in the price. Again, the Braves are the favorite against a team that's tough and is fighting for its life right now. So are the Braves. They want to win that division. So I don't know. I mean, and I don't want anybody to make a bet off a non-opinion, so I'm just not going to give you one in this game.
Okay, Brian, the Mariners, they had a 7-game win streak of their own just up until a couple days ago before dropping 2 of 3 to the White Sox. So actually both teams, over the last 10 games, pretty hot. However, it does need to be stated, the Braves, their win streak coming against the Rockies, the Marlins, and the A's, not sure it gets any easier than that. So it is a little bit step up in class. Are you liking anything here in Seattle tonight?
No, I'm really not, Dave. And also yourself with some of the stuff you just said about who the win streaks come against for the Braves and that the Mariners have been hot. You both kind of read my mind here. We all know the Braves have won 7 in a row by an average of 3.3 runs per game. But Ray, as we've all talked about, he's hot. 0.46 ERA, 0.661 whip his last 3 starts. Certainly don't want to bet against a pitcher throwing the ball that well. Last week on the show, talked a little about Charlie Morton. He's been pretty good, at least since the All-Star break. Although the last 3 times he started on the road, people should take note of this. He's allowed at least 4 runs each of those last 3 starts away from home. Mariners home games only averaging 7.4 runs per game. That's the lowest in all of baseball. And yeah, I really don't like this game. Hot team facing a hot starting pitcher. And then on the flip side, Seattle doesn't score much at home. I will give the listeners a heads up. I have certainly got my eye on Atlanta Sunday when they are scheduled to face Marco Gonzalez, who has the highest FIP among all qualified starters. You may want to take note of that.
Yeah, the Braves also got Max Fried on Friday. So if they can get this one, maybe looking good for a series sweep here. Huge shout out to the chat box, the Friday show. If you're liking the content, please smash that like button. We got Mo Harris in the house. Sweet James Jones, Raven Ron asking about an NBA show. Yeah, Raven, when the NBA is getting geared up to start, Joe Ranieri hosts that. right here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel. Jessica, shout out to you. Happy Friday. Demon Slayer in the house. JPZ as well. Thank you for joining us. Let us know in the chat box. Feel free to reply below what you're looking to bet. Baseball, football, NFL, college football. It's all welcome here on the Wager Talk YouTube channel in the reply section. Let us know if you have any questions, where you agree, where you disagree, and make sure to check out Dave Koken and Brian Power at wagertalk.com. As Dave, you've been seeing it well in college football for quite some time. Number one all-time college football profits. Looks like you got 4 selections for this week, including a free 3% client play. So check it out at Dave Koken's page. Yeah, go ahead, Dave.
It's going to be 5 because I'm going to add another game that I like on Saturday in college football. And then some NFL stuff as well. I would suggest the all access package because I don't know that you want to buy one game for $25, whatever it is, that's fine. Spend just a little more than that and you get everything. So that's the way to go. That's the value. Best bet of the show. Look, the Red Sox are 18-39 in divisional play this year. They've been owned by the entire AL East. The Orioles, they're not out of it yet. And they're not playing as well as they were earlier. Series with Toronto wasn't very good. But this team's not going to quit. Voth, his analytics aren't real good, but guy's been grinding it out. I'll take the Oriole bullpen late in the game. The Orioles continue to get no respect at the betting window. And at this point, I really can't figure out why. I think it should be more than $1.15 or $1.20 here. I made it $1.35. So give me a bet on the Orioles. Not a big bet, just a 2% play. But I think it's a side worth taking tonight. Baltimore to beat the Red Sox.
Good stuff, Dave. Yeah, they've been a great bet all season long. Most profitable team in baseball, up around 30 units on the season. Of course, that means $100 better. You're up $3,000. You've just been betting them blindly. So ride them tonight. Short price from Dave Koken. Guys, for my best bet, going to the last game we talked about, I'm a big streak better, trend better in MLB. And we get the Braves here winning 7 straight. Ground ball Chuck on the hill. I think that just near the pick'em price here, as low as -112, can get them at -115, widely available. I am on the Braves. By the way, important game for the Braves, just a half a game back of the Mets in the East. They have reeled them in. So maybe the defending World Series champions here, guys, worth a shot. If they can win tonight, they might have the sweep in order with their next 2 pitching matchups on Saturday and Sunday, like Brian and myself just pointed out here. So going on the Braves, -115 for my best bet. Brian, finish us off, man. What do you got going at wagertalk.com, and where are you going for best bets?
All right. Well, at this time last week, I joined you guys. I was feeling real good about myself. Life was great. 7-0 start in college football, 26-10 over the last 7 days. And then Saturday happened, and we're just kind of dusting ourselves off still. Back at it, hoping for a big weekend. We got 5 college football plays loaded, 1 tonight, 4 for tomorrow. Everything but the Sunday night game is loaded for NFL, including a 5% play. We still are on a 6-2-1 run with those. So looking forward to Sunday as well as the NFL regular season kicks off. But circling back to tonight and Major League Baseball, let's look back at that Rays-Yankees game we talked about earlier. And Rasmussen over 4.5 strikeouts. This is +115. I already mentioned some of the numbers. 0.824 whip his last 3 starts. He's allowed 3 runs or less. All 11 starts going back to the start of July. Rays have won the last 5 times Rasmussen started, oh, by the way. But strikeouts, he only had 4 his last start, but he averaged 8 per outing the previous 3, going 7, 8, and 9. And the Yankees have been just swinging and missing against everybody of late. They've struck out at least 5 times in 12 straight games and 10 or more times in 4 of the last 8. There were 2 times last month Rasmussen struck out 8 or more batters while going less than 6 innings. So I like the over, again, just 4.5 on Rasmussen's strikeout total today.
All right, Brian Power right there as we recap the best bets. Braves -115 for me. We got Rasmussen over 4.5 strikeouts +115 price on that. Dave Koken, most profitable team in baseball. The Baltimore Orioles -117, the short price on the O's. So for Brian Power, Dave Koken, I am Drew Martin. Check them both out, wagertalk.com. Big weekend of football and baseball, NFL, college football, MLB. All three of us, guys, check it out, wagertalk.com. We will be back Monday, same time, same place. Come back and join us. Best of luck with your bets. Have a fun, safe weekend. Thanks for tuning in.
Ready to take your favorite Wager Talk handicappers wherever you travel this football season? The Wager Talk TV app is now live for phones, tablets, smart TVs, and streaming platforms. Tune into your favorite shows like Wager Talk Today, Bet on It, and the Opening Line Report. Plus, browse through our extensive library of sports betting tips. Create your personal playlist of betting tip videos to help you prepare for the upcoming season, and set notifications to alert you when new content is added. Download the app for Apple, Android, Amazon, and Roku devices by searching for Wager Talk TV, or scan the QR code on your screen to join the winning conversation today.